Welcome back to Fly Adventures, bringing you unparalleled insights from over 2 decades in the real aviation industry. We're about to take off in the Dornier SeaStar from Honolulu International and attempt a water landing on the water runway. Buckle up. It's going to be an exciting flight.
All right, everybody, thank you. Welcome back, and co-pilot, thank you as well.
You're welcome, Brandon. Happy flying.
All right, here we go. Getting into the airplane here.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Making sure we're latched. Good to go. We're going to get rid of the yoke because we don't need it. So, everybody, like she was saying, this is going to be a very brief flight. And I'm just going to go through the basic flow with you as to how to get the aircraft up and running. The parking brake is, I don't know why she's saying things, so try to ignore. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we're going to do battery 1, battery 2, emergency battery, generators, we'll turn those on, cabin power supply, they can go on as well. Fuel pumps to get us up and going here. And yeah, you don't need to leave an auto. If you do, the multifunction display over here in the center, it'll tell you to leave it on instead of auto. So our bleeds are going to go on. Our ECS, environmental control, that'll go on later. But we can go ahead and turn on the air recirculation. And let's come back up here real quick. Nav and beacon lights are on, and our seat belts and no electronic devices are also turned on.
Got it.
And we are ready for, parking brake, just affirming that it's set, and we are good to go. Let's start engine 1. So what do? We move our engine 1, the mode, we turn it to continuous ignition, start, and we're going to sit back and watch the engine instrument right here, on the left side of our PFD. There is a light off right there.
Okay.
There's the light off. Let's see here, watching the ITT go up. What are the current weather conditions in Honolulu? Let's see if she catches it or not. Alright. Engine 1 is up and running. And since the flight is so short, we're going to leave both mode switches to continuous ignition. Starting engine number 2. Go ahead and arm the auto feather. And what we're going to also do is turn the cockpit blower to auto. Cabin blower to auto. Temperature is fine. Turn on the ECS, environmental control system. Now we have air coming into the cabin. And engine 2 is settling in at idle right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a very simple departure. Let's go ahead and set flaps to 20. There is a fairly stiff crosswind once we get out. And you'll see that as we come into the runway, the water runway that is. And it looks like we're good to go. Make sure conditions are in low idle. They are. I'm not going to dip my head down again into the flight deck. When we line up on the runway, you'll simply hear me tell you I'm going to be moving these to high idle. And I'm doing that with my throttle quadrant. And the other button you need to be very, very aware of and understand it intimately is right here, the C mode button. When we take off, get the gear up, I'm going to activate C mode because if you don't, as you come down in your altitude, the C mode, the avionics are going to be yelling at you saying, "Hey, get the landing gear down." Well, for a water landing, you don't want the landing gear to be down, so it'll preclude that from happening, and the uh, it'll activate C mode, which is how we steer when we're down in on the water. And then as soon as we get into the water, settled nicely, I'll be turning on the water thruster, and you'll see how with those two, so with this C mode system turned on and the water thruster turned on, just with your rudder pedals, you're going to be amazed at how much better you taxi in the water. Okay, let's go ahead and just turn on the lights we need for takeoff. That's good. Everybody else looks good. And our parking brake. And you're going to see why you want to leave the engine condition levers in low idle, because the airplane requires little thrust, as Microsoft and Sobo has. See that we're already moving. So, as I was saying though, as Microsoft Sobo, how they have designed the airplane so far, in my opinion, based on experience, the airplane shouldn't have that much power at low idle, but it does. So that's just something you have to deal with. All right. Coming around the runway 04 right, and if we were in the real world or running ourselves on a VATSIM and no control tower, we would be saying something to the effect, Honolulu International traffic, Dornier SeaStar, taking runway 04 right for a closed circuit departure. Honolulu traffic. I would try to actually punch it up and make it and actually be more professional, but this is all about landing on the water the right way. Okay. Gonna remove those engine condition levers to high idle. I'm sorry, not high idle. High. Look at that. The torque went up real quick. The FADEC as a quasi FADEC, meaning digital engine control. All right. Just waiting for the engine to stabilize. And they have stabilized. All right. Feed off the rudders with regard to the brakes. And slowly move those throttles forward. Yeah, ignore that caution. It goes away within just a few seconds. There you go. Well, now the windsock shows no, hardly any wind, but oh dear, there's a vehicle ahead of us, and we're gonna no factor rotate right about there. Positive rate, gear up. No, we don't want the parking brake on. And we're not going to fly fast. We're not going to retract the flaps because we're going to be making a sharp right turn in just about 45 seconds. Just shy of that first mountain ahead of us here. Now, since this is a instructional video, a quick one, and I'll be doing one more instructional video on this airplane that is more in depth. But for now, we just wanted to show you how it, after the first sim update, wanting to show you how in my opinion, I think they fixed the issue of landing on the water, and so that when you do land on the water, it doesn't feel like you're landing in a sea of maple syrup in the wintertime. It actually acts like a proper amphibious aircraft landing on the water. Another good place to practice water takeoff and landing is up at Lake Hood in Alaska. And while we're in this turn, we're going to go ahead and set. There's the runway up for it already. We're going to turn on C mode, just like we said before. Alright. And now let's come in very nicely. The throttles are idled, believe it or not, but we're just not slowing down as fast as we would like. The fuel load here is roughly 50% with 6 passengers on board. So we're going to go ahead and say flash 40 at this point to help slow us down even more. And we're just going to coast along here a little bit. We don't want to come into the water quite yet. And just kind of riding the staying up a little bit. Alright, now we're going to idle. And we're going to gently settle into the water. Keep your nose up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up on plane. Alright. And there we have it. And remember, water. Now I'm going to push me before I go further with that thought. I'm going to just gently put the yoke back into the neutral position. And now, as you can see, the nose, see that? If you look on the indicator speed on the PFD down below on the video here, we begin to slow down very fast. And here's why. When we landed, our attitude was very different than what you're looking at right now. The attitude, the nose of the aircraft was up here. The plane, no pun intended, the aircraft is what we call on plane. Oh, let me turn on the thrusters here. We can taxi better. There we go. Okay, real quick. The nose of the aircraft, this section, was not. Let me just slow us down a little bit more with a tiny bit of reverse thrust. Just a little bit. And now back to idle. Alright. And we can see, look how easy it is to steer in the water. As long as you've got to set the C mode with the water thruster turned on. We're going to put the landing gear down. We are looking at that ramp right there. Just waiting for the gear to come all the way down. Making sure parking brake is that was abrupt, wasn't it? Here we go. For those of you that like to see what it looks like on the outside, here we have it. There we go. Coming right out of the water. Very nicely. The transition from water to land should be more smooth than that, but that's Microsoft. That needs to be addressed in another update. And there you have it. That's how you perform a water landing. I know the video is very, very short, but like I said, I just wanted to get this out to you. And again, thank you very much for that very first subscriber. We will not forget you. If I didn't mention you before, I am doing it right now. We really appreciate that subscription. Like I said, we will not forget you as the channel grows. So for everybody out there, again, this is a very short video, and we just simply want to give you something a little different. Tell me if you like it, what you liked about the video, and tell me also what you didn't like about the video. Tell me what kind of systems you would have liked for me to you would like me to go over in the future with regard to this specific Dornier SeaStar, and I will. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's great for island hopping, and you can. It's wonderful for Hawaii, wonderful for Alaska, on down through the inner waterway, down through British Columbia, and into the Pacific Northwest. Great aircraft to fly around in. So, with all that said, thank you for watching, and take care, and most of all, get out there and fly safe. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.